guys, Styxius here. Just wanted to go over my Goblin Biker Zoodiac deck. One thing I will say about this deck is it's fantastic, as you will see soon in test hands and ideal combos with one card combos within this deck. One thing I will say is, if you notice here, there's no Max C, but if you want to utilize Max C, the only adjustments I'd really make here is like cutting one talent, one armored XYZ, and from here you could also cut out one effect veil if you wanted, and then add the Max C from here. This would be fine as well. Me personally, I don't feel like it's super necessary. It hasn't been a major deal for me not having it, but if you wanted that, this is probably what I would just make the adjustments for it. But just to go over the card combinations and the cards that are available within this deck, we will go over that here now. So our main one card starter, as you'll see in the beginning of the video soon, not the beginning of the video, but the beginning of our combos, is the Speedroid Terror Top and the Tekaton Borg will be our main combinations. Following that, our one card starters are also the Zoodiac Barrage with 10 key, and in most cases a Thoroughblade will be a one card starter as well, or any of the Zoodiac cards really. Or if you have a 2-card combo with the Mean Merciless, that will also be one. Our hand traps that we're currently running is 2 Effect Veiler, 3 Ash, 2 Called By, 3 Imperm, and then, like, I mean, Called By is iffy if it's a hand trap. Some people believe it is, some don't. It's a counter hand trap more than anything, in my opinion. And the Triple Tactics talents, in case you do get disrupted, can sometimes help you draw, or just look at your opponent's hand to see if there's anything you really have to be worried about to kind of rip it apart. We're running the UDF package alongside the MX Saber Invoker to start the Zoodiac combination from Terror Top. We have Cicada King here. We have Big Gabunga, which is our main Goblin Biker card, as you're familiar with. We have Tiger Mortar, which is being able to add material onto our Trident when we summon it back. We have Boarbow to either be additional XYZ material or to swing over and try to force interactions with our opponent, similar to going like an evenly matched situation, but trying to just force them to waste negations on stopping a Zeus. We also have Chalkanine to revive a Trident for extension. We have the XYZ armor package for disruption, as well as being able to get OTK power in the deck. We have Crazy Beast, which will be summoned through the Goblin Biker Trap, and being able to, on top of that, be able to suck up a spell or trap that our opponent controls. And we, of course, have the Zeus and the end of the full armored XYZ line in the deck. But let's get over to doing the card combos, as well as our ideal hands versus some improv, just random hands that you'll see me play out, just to get a good idea of how the deck functions. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video and the combinations that I showcase here. And if you have any questions, go ahead and let me know. So we'll be showcasing our ideal one card combo here. So when we summon Terror Top, we want to, of course, make sure we don't Ash ourselves and add Tekaton Borg. With Tekaton Borg, we'll use its effect to special summon itself. We will use these two to make Big Gabunga. With Big Gabunga, we will summon an EMZ or anywhere. Doesn't necessarily matter a whole lot. With that, we will then add the Doug Charger. With Doug Charger's effect, we will special summon itself, detaching a material from Big Gabunga. When doing so, it doesn't matter which material you detach at this time. We'll summon it out and add the spell card. Almost ashed myself. With Grand Entrance, we will then add the Clatter. Clatter will use the secondary effect of the spell to detach from Big Gabunga and summon out Clatter. With Clatter summoned, we will then make an MX Saber Invoker. MX Saber, we will then detach a material from him, being the Clatter. With Clatter detached, we will then summon a Ram. From here, we will not use the effect of Big Gabunga. What we will do instead is we will utilize the Trident over the Ram. From here, we will utilize the spell card that's engraved, the Goblin Biker Grand Entrance. We will detach material from the Trident specifically. It needs to be from the Trident. As you see here, we detach Ram. We add Clatter back to hand as we haven't used our normal summon yet. We'll not use that effect. From here, we will make a Chalkanine. But before we finish up the Chalkanine line, let's go ahead and link off the Utopic Future here with the 2 rank 3s we made. And then we're going to make a Utopic Draco Future using that. From here, we will use the Chalkanine effect that I alluded to earlier, attaching Dryden to summon back Dryden in defense position as we're using Ram Ram. But first, we will then make a Tiger Mortar. Tiger Mortar will then utilize its effect to attach a material, being the Ram Ram, onto the Trident. Okay. And from here, we will then make the XYZ Fortress with the Tiger Mortar and detach and add the Trap. Use its effect, attach 1 material, add the Trap card. Okay, and then we set that here. Normal summon the Clatter. Clatter will then revive the Doug Charger. With Doug Charger being revived, we will then be able to make a Cicada King. This is our standard 1-card combo line here. It gives us 1 face-up card pop, 1 monster negate anywhere on the field, hand, or graveyard, 1 on-field monster negate, and 1 monster effect suck. And that's a pretty damn solid board here, as on top of that, when we use the Cicada King negate, we'll be able to detach Clatter, which allows us to use Clatter's graveyard effect to then detach Big Gabunga, while summoning itself and Big Gabunga onto the field, which will give us an additional monster effect for a total of 5 disruptions with 4 cards left on hand. It's a fantastic end board. This will win quite a few games just from this alone. This 1-card combo is amazing. We're going to show a couple, well, 2 to 3 more. Let's just aim for 2 at this time, unless we get a really weird hand of what else can be done. So we're just going to go first. We're going to see what happens here. Alright, so this hand, we do not have the 1-card combo I showed you. So let's go and show another line. So we'll send out the 10 key, which will also be an Ash bait for us. Of course, they didn't have an Ash, it's the AI, so we're not going to worry about that. So we're going to add Ram Ram. With Thorough Blade summoning, we're going to discard the Ram Ram. Discarding the Ram Ram will allow us to add a card in hand, which we've got the Tekatomborg, which is actually fantastic. It's probably one of the best ones we could have got because of the fact we have the Boom Mock in hand. So from here, we will utilize summoning Thorough Blade, Trident using Thorough Blade. Then we will go into a Chalkanine. We will use Chalkanine effect, attaching Trident to then summon Trident. Again, should be in defense, bad habit. Then we will use Boom Mock here to detach the last one off Chalkanine. In doing so, we'll make Tekatomborg summonable. So then we will use the Chalkanine to go into Tiger Mortar effect to attach the Ram Ram onto the Trident. Okay, and then from here we will make this into an XYZ Armor Fortress, which will detach to add the Trap card. Those 2. Utilize Big Gabunga's effect. Big Gabunga will then be summoned onto the field. We will use Big Gabunga's effect to then add a Doug Charger into the field by detaching from Big Gabunga. We'll detach the Goblin Biker card from him. We'll use Doug Charger's effect to then grab the spell card, or you can grab the trap. I'm going to grab the spell card here. The spell card, and we're going to use its effect to add onto us the Clatter, which will then detach from Big Gabunga to utilize its effect. Attach Tekatomborg, summon out Clatter. We could use that if we wanted to right now, but we're not going to worry about that. From here, we will be able to utilize the Cicada King here. We'll summon this in defense here. utilizing the the spell card engraved to detach from Cicada King, the Clatter. And we will want to add to our hand the Boom Mock. And this will be where we stop on this board. It allows us 8 monsters, 2 monster sucks, a monster negate, and a field pop, as well as an infinite permanence here. Fantastic board, just going off that little combination there. So let's do one more out here. Let's get at least an additional one. So we're going first again. Once again, this is an insane hand, so there's so much we can do with this hand, it's not even funny. So let's grab 10 key. 10 key, we are going to actually add a Ram. That's also our Ash Bait right there. We go for Terror Top effect. We are going to then add the Tekaton board effect, summon itself for the Big Gabanga, as you are familiar with. I also am doing these test hands just so you can see how consistently we can get into our combos and how far we can get in our combos with a variety of different hands. With Big Gabanga, we'll use its effect to add the Doug Charger. Doug Charger will then add the spell, which will then use the spell to add Clatter. I'm getting a little ahead of myself, I know, but just that way you can just memorize that flow. So we will then Doug Charger spell, no Big Gabanga, no Ash, none of that. We just want the spell card. We'll utilize the spell card to add Clatter. Yep, and then detach the final one for Big Gabanga. Summon out Clatter. Out effect. Then Invoker. Invoker's going to serve a bit of a different role this time, because instead of summoning Ram, we are actually going to summon out the Thoroughblade, because we do have a Ram in hand that we're going to discard. So we'll utilize it, not the Big Gabanga, not the Whiptail or that. Discard the Ram. Get a free card in hand. It's another Thoroughblade. Why not? Then we will use the summon up with Trident. Use the spell card Engrave to detach from the Trident. Attach Thoroughblade. Add to hand the Clatter. And just to stop those interactions from here, we can just go into the Utopic Draco Future here. Again, defense this time. Build that freaking habit, and then summon Tiger Mortar. We'll use Tiger Mortar's effect to then attach Ram to it, but we also have Whiptail, which we'll be adding to it as well. Ram being equipped, we'll also just activate Whiptail's effect, also equipping it. More ideal so we can get the best hand possible for getting that trap negation so we don't get interrupted there. And we'll go for Xyz armor here, add the trap. Now from here we get the Clatter, revive Doug Charger, make Cicada King, as you've seen a few times now. So this gives us multitudes of disruptions. So we have, of course, the Big Gabanga with the Clatter, as I've talked about a couple times now. That's 1 monster suck, 2 monster suck, on field monster negate, anywhere monster negate, on field face up pop, Ash Blossom, and effect failure. So that is 5, 6, 7 disruptions on field right now. So a lot of decks can't play through this, especially Tenpai. If you're looking to beat Tenpai, this does it a lot of the time. So I do hope you guys enjoy. Please let me know in the comments if you guys have any thoughts or opinions or things you want me to try out in the future, or any different deck combinations. More than happy to do so and look into them. hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video, well, the rest of the time playing Master Duel too. Enjoy the stream. I'll be streaming on Wednesday this week, as well as every Wednesday going forward. As well as this Saturday, I'm part of the USL tournament. If you want to see me participating in that, you can tune in on my stream this Saturday. But outside of that, I hope to see you guys soon, and you should be seeing this featured on the Master Duel Central Should You Play series soon. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video and your time, and I don't know, I keep saying enjoy the rest of the video. Have a good time. Thank you.